More than a third of executions in the U.S. this year were botched or highly problematic, according to a new report. The Death Penalty Information Center said 7 of 20 execution attempts were visibly problematic or took an inordinate amount of time. In one incident, executioners in Alabama took 3 hours to set in 4-line in what was the longest lethal injection in U.S. history. A total of 18 people were executed in 6 states throughout the year. That is one of the lowest figures in recent years. All the indicators point to the continuing decline in capital punishment, Robert Dunham, executive director of the DPIC, said. Michael Benza, a law professor at Case Western Reserve University who has represented death row inmates, told the BBC that the primary reason for execution failures was using a medical model of executions, lethal injection, but not using medical people to carry it out. This means they often lack the training necessary to deal with problems, he said. Also, because the people who get the death sentence often have poor medical histories, such as illness or drug use, there are technical problems with getting IVs started. After 40 years, the states have proven themselves unable to carry out lethal injections without the risk that it will be botched, Mr. Dunham said in a statement. The families of victims and prisoners, other execution witnesses and corrections personnel should not be subjected to the trauma of an execution gone bad. The DPIC report shows that the death penalty continues to be geographically isolated in the U.S., with only 6 states carrying out executions. Earlier this week, Oregon Governor Kate Brown commuted the sentences of all the state's 17 death row prisoners to life in prison without the chance of parole. In a statement, she said she was not acting because these prisoners had been rehabilitated, but because the death penalty is immoral. The statistics also show a racial disparity in U.S. death penalty cases, with 8 of 18 people executed being people of color. 5 were black, 1 was Asian, 1 was Native American, and 1 was Latino.
A massive aquarium holding 1,500 tropical fish bursts in Berlin. A dead fish is seen among debris in front of the Radisson Blu Hotel in Berlin, where a huge aquarium located in the hotel's lobby burst on Friday. Berlin police said on Twitter that as well as causing incredible maritime damage, the incident left 2 people with injuries from glass shards. A dead fish is seen among debris in front of the Radisson Blu Hotel in Berlin, where a huge aquarium located in the hotel's lobby burst on Friday. Berlin police said on Twitter that as well as causing incredible maritime damage, the incident left 2 people with injuries from glass shards. The enormous cylindrical aquarium was a wonder, the centerpiece of a popular Berlin hotel. But in the early hours of Friday morning, it burst, and soon afterward, Berlin Mayor Franziska Giffey said all of the roughly 1,500 fish the aquarium had contained were believed to be dead. Reports later emerged that workers might have been able to rescue some of the animals. The Aquadom Aquarium was touted as the largest freestanding cylindrical aquarium in the world. The aquarium dominated the large atrium of the Radisson Collection Hotel, where the mass of water blew parts of the hotel's facade into the road and left the building badly damaged, the Berlin Fire Brigade said. The catastrophic rupture of the Aquadom Aquarium took place around 5:45 a.m. local time, sending 1 million liters of salt water and fish pouring into the hotel's atrium and lobby and out into the street, as dozens of emergency response workers raced to the scene. Berlin police say 2 people were hurt, the result of glass shards. They also say there are no signs of a crime. In a file photo, a diver cleans the glass of the giant cylindrical aquarium known as the Aquadom in Berlin, Germany. The massive aquarium burst on Friday. In a file photo, a diver cleans the glass of the giant cylindrical aquarium known as the Aquadom in Berlin, Germany. The massive aquarium burst on Friday. The building's owner says the Aquadom aquarium was completely destroyed, and that the cause is not yet known. The hotel is now closed because of the damage, Radisson says, adding that all guests are being relocated. People who were staying in the hotel report being awoken by a loud crash or rumbling noise, only to realize that the immense fish tank was suddenly gone. Witnesses say the calamity left dead fish, ruined furniture and debris strewn around the hotel's atrium, according to Deutsche Welle. There are reports that some of the fish might have been able to endure their habitat's sudden collapse, saved by small pools of water from the deluge. If the water carried them outside, any surviving animals would immediately struggle to survive the cold, as temperatures in Berlin were well below freezing. While the water in the fish's tank was kept around 79 degrees, Friday's high was forecast to hit just 29 degrees Fahrenheit. The large aquarium and hotel are part of the Domaquarie building, a complex that sits near the Berlin Cathedral. A clear-sided elevator traveled through its center, and visitors could sit beneath the mammoth aquarium in a bar and cafe area. The aquarium's tragic failure comes months after it reopened over the summer, after being shut down for modernization work in October of 2019, according to its website. A screen displays the news, major operation, chaos in hotel, 16-meter-high aquarium in Berlin exploded, in front of the Radisson Blu Hotel, where a huge aquarium located in the hotel's lobby burst on Friday. A screen displays the news, major operation, chaos in hotel, 16-meter-high aquarium in Berlin exploded, in front of the Radisson Blu Hotel, where a huge aquarium located in the hotel's lobby burst on Friday. Speaking at the scene shortly after the aquarium collapsed, Berlin Mayor Franziska Giffey said that if the disaster had occurred just 1 hour later, when more people were on the move at the hotel in the bustling Mitte district, the toll might have been even worse.
Goldman to cut thousands of staff as Wall Street layoffs intensify. The layoffs are the latest sign that cuts are accelerating across Wall Street as deal-making dries up. Investment banking revenues have plunged this year amid a slowdown in mergers and share offerings, marking a stark reversal from a blockbuster 2021 when bankers received big pay bumps. Goldman Sachs had 49,100 employees at the end of the third quarter after adding significant numbers of staff during the pandemic. Its headcount will remain above pre-pandemic levels, the source said. The workforce stood at 38,300 at the end of 2019, according to a filing. The bank is weighing a sharp cut to the annual bonus pool this year, a separate source familiar with the matter said. That compares with increases of 40% to 50% for top-performing investment bankers in 2021, Reuters reported in January, citing people with direct knowledge of the matter. GS needs to show that its costs are as variable as its revenues, especially after a year when it provided special rewards to top managers during the boom times, wrote Mike Mayo, a banking analyst at Wells Fargo. Goldman Sachs now needs to show that it can do the same when business is not as good and that they live up to the old Wall Street adage that they eat what they kill, he said in a note. The latest plan would include hundreds of employees being cut from Goldman's consumer business, a source said. The bank signaled it was scaling back its ambitions for Marcus, the loss-making consumer unit, in October. Goldman also plans to stop originating unsecured consumer loans, a source familiar with the move told Reuters earlier this week, another sign it is stepping back from the business. Chief Executive Officer David Solomon, who took the helm in 2018, has tried to diversify the company's operations with Marcus. It was placed under the wealth business in October as part of a management reshuffle that also merged the trading and investment banking units. Semaphore earlier on Friday reported that Goldman will lay off up to 4,000 people as the Wall Street bank struggles to meet profit targets, citing people familiar with the matter. Goldman Sachs declined to comment. The latest job cut plans come after Goldman cut about 500 employees in September, after pausing the annual practice for 2 years during the pandemic, a source familiar with the matter told Reuters at the time. The investment bank had first warned in July that it might slow hiring and cut expenses.